Okay, so welcome to this topic, and our today's topic will be how to become the SCADA expert. We are going to discuss about some SCADA platforms, which can be a WinCC as far as the Siemens is concerned, and which can be a factory talk view as far as the Rockwell products are concerned. So, what we are going to discuss and what should be the taken care as a focus point as far as the SCADA is concerned, so that all topics we are going to discuss in this becoming the SCADA expert workshop. First of all, let me wait for some time because some people are joining and we'll start. But I think, yeah, it's almost some people are still joining, but let's start the topic, right? Let me share my screen and we are putting each and every topics inside the notepad so you can grab it or you can take the screenshots from your mobile whenever there is a requirement. Okay, let me share this topic and let me share the screen and start the topic. Okay, this is the screen. Hope the screen is visible to everyone and my audio and video is proper to everyone. Just give me the acknowledgement from your side inside the chat box if my audio and video is okay or not. There is the chat box is open to me. Okay, you can give me your acknowledgement whether your audio, my audio and video is clear. If you have any doubts or queries, you can just write down the questions inside the chat box. Okay, thank you for giving me the acknowledgement. Let's start the topic. Our today's topic is nothing but SCADA. Okay. Generally, in the industrial automation, there is not only one thing. There is not only one PLC. Okay. You need to develop your skills regarding the SCADA itself. Because in the industrial automation field, if you are going to work in the any project, for example, any kind of project, for example, it can be a food industry, for example, it can be a pharma industry, for example, it can be a oil and gas industry, airport industry, or whatever it is, right? You need to work with the PLC itself, you need to work with the SCADA itself, and you need to work with the DCS itself. Okay, so in this topic, in this video, we are going to discuss all the things around the SCADA. Okay, how to develop your skill, how to become the expert in the inside the SCADA. Okay, whatever is the SCADA, it can be of any platform, Siemens, Rockwell, Honeywell, Emerson, whatever it is. Okay, I'm not promoting any products right now, so that's why we are going to discuss about the SCADA part, irrespective of the platform. Okay, so first of all, one question from my side to you, uh, how you look to the SCADA. Okay, how you think about the SCADA, what should be the role or what should be the things can be performed by using the SCADA. Okay, I know that you are aware about the PLC, HMI, SCADA and DCS, but let me give you the questions to you and you can write down your answers inside the chat box. What should be the things can be performed in a better way if you use this SCADA. Okay, whatever is your mind, just put your thoughts inside the chat box and then we'll start this questions answers. Okay, yeah, so there is no proper message from you side inside the chat box. I just want to know from you guys what you think about this SCADA. Okay, and why it's required and what are the things can be performed by using this SCADA inside the day-to-day life or inside the project. Okay, I think I think there is a uh, mm, disturbance from your end because all the peoples are properly seeing my face and properly hearing my voice also. Okay, so let me elaborate something. Gulam Rasul says to monitor the operations of the system or machine. Okay, yes. Guru Prakash says visualization and control and operation purposes. Okay, that's good enough answer. Arvind says schematic graphical representation of the project and controlling. Definitely. Sure. Is there any other answers from your side, guys? See, these are the answers. are typically match with the HMI. Okay. For example, to monitor the operations, it can be done with the HMI itself and SCADA itself. Visualization, control, and operation purpose, it can be done with the HMI itself and SCADA itself. Schematic graphical representation, it can be done with the HMI also. Rakesh says to monitor from the one point of different locations. Yes, this is some different answers. Yeah. To control and monitor the purpose as well as the data acquisition. Yes, this is the actual use case of this SCADA. Guru Prakash says the data storage. Yes, this is the actual advantage of this SCADA. That's why. So that's why to do this SCADA stuffs, you need to focus some areas, right? And what are that areas? That areas is nothing but the, let me write down over here. First of all, let me write down the topic. Become SCADA expert. Okay. First thing you need to focus is different drivers connect with PLC. Okay. For example, why you are using this SCADA? Because if you use the HMI is dedicatedly only one driver, right? For example, if you are using the Rockwell HMI or if you are using the Siemens HMI, okay. So that HMI is only one kind of driver, right? That HMI is only going to communicate with the products of the Rockwell or with the products of the SCADA, okay, respective of that HMI. But if you use this SCADA has the different drivers to connect with the different PLCs. Why? Because if you are using the SCADA in one kind of the project, okay, that means that SCADA is going to connect with the multiple PLCs because the SCADA is having the different drivers. Okay. For example, if you are using the Siemens SCADA, okay, and if you want to connect the Siemens SCADA to the Siemens PLC also, Mitsubishi PLC also, Schneider PLC also, and a Rockwell PLC also. So the Siemens SCADA has multiple drivers so that you can create the multiple channels and on that multiple channels you can get the data, you can create the data to the multiple PLCs. That means SCADA is going to communicate with the multiple devices, with the multiple PLCs. Okay, so that's why you need to know the different drivers to connect with the PLC. Am I right or wrong? So that is the first, or that is the first cut solution or first cut answer should be in your mind why you are using this SCADA. Okay, so that's why you are using this SCADA, because you are going to connect your SCADA, your entire graphical representation works into the different PLCs, because you need to fetch from different PLCs. Okay, another thing is recipe management. Some HMIs are also providing the recipe management functions, but this recipe management function is nothing but the function of the SCADA that you need to know. Okay. The third thing is block icon and faceplate. Faceplate in the sense of pop-up. Okay. For example, if you are going to develop your graphical representation of your full PNID, HMI is also available to develop that. Okay, but you need to develop it on a customized basis. You cannot generalize of one block icon, right, inside the HMI. You need to do very deep design stuff inside the HMI. But if you go for the SCADA, you can develop it very much easily. For example, if you develop one generalized block icon of wall, motor, VFD, and analog, okay, you can generalize and you can call it multiple times. You need to just pass the different tags to that block icon, and automatically that block icon will work with respect to that tags. Okay, so the graphic, as far as the graphical representation is concerned, you can develop the PNID very much easily if you use the different functionalities, like to generate the library of the block icon, to generate the library of the faceplates. For example, if you click on the wall block icon, the automatically small pop-up will be open to operate that wall. That is nothing but the faceplate that you can develop inside the SCADA itself and inside the HMI itself. But if you go for the SCADA, it will be a very much easy. It will be a very much proper. Okay. If you go for the HMI, you can do very much basic stuffs also to develop that faceplate. Okay, and that faceplate cannot be a generalized faceplate. That faceplate can be a particularly for that wall. If you go for the HMI, if you go for the SCADA, you can develop the generalized faceplate. For all the walls, only one faceplate. For all the walls, only one block icon. You can just populate it by just copy and paste and passing the tags. That can be also possible inside the HMI, but in a proper manner, if you go for the SCADA, you can do it. Apart from these three things, if you have some idea or if you have some things that need to be taken care inside the SCADA, that's why we are using the SCADA. So just write down inside the chat box. For example, someone has said for the data acquisition system, right? So what is the data acquisition? HMI is also having data acquisition, but the storage is very much less. Okay. So what I can say that the historical data, to store the historical data, you need to use this SCADA, right? For example, if your client says, I need last 3 months of the data, I need last 3 months of the alarms. So for that, you cannot use the HMI, okay? Because the HMI is having the very less storage. So that's why you need to use this SCADA, okay? And this is the thing you need to focus if you want to learn this SCADA in a deep manner. The different drivers, recipe management, block icons and faceplates and historical data. See, the graphical representations and small the screens development can be done by the other peoples also. Okay, what we are discussing right now, is the thing that can different from the others. That can be a different thing that if you learn this thing, you can be an expert inside the SCADA also with respect to the any platform. Okay, irrespective of the any platform, whether it's a Siemens, Rockwell, Honeywell, Emerson, whatever it is, right? Is there any things, for example, if you want to connect your SCADA to the database, because anyway you are going to generate the reports, whatever is going on, whatever is the batch or whatever is the continuous process is going on, right? So to connect with the SQL, you require the IPC, you require the PC, and you require the SCADA. HMI cannot connect with this SQL, right? Because HMI is having some different platform, right? HMI is not a Windows based platform, but SCADA is the Windows based. You are installing the SCADA software inside your Windows PC. Okay, so your SCADA can communicate with the SQL. That means what you can learn, if you want to become a good engineer inside the SCADA, you need to know how to connect your SCADA to the SQL. Understood? Is there any things you are in? If you have something in your mind, you can write down inside the chat box. We can take it one by one. Okay, what should be the focus point if you become an expert inside the SCADA? Is there anyone who is thinking what should be the things you need to learn inside this SCADA? Connectivity to cloud. That is so one important factor that you need to understand. Right now, we are living in the industry 4.0. We are living inside the digitization world. Okay. So whatever is the data inside this SCADA, that you need to publish over the cloud also, right? So the connectivity to the cloud is very much important. That is functionality, the SCADA has. Okay, so that you need to learn. Web server connectivity. For example, if you want to display your screen over the web server, okay, so that also can be a possible with respect to the SCADA, right? So some different things, but some basic to advanced things you need to know, right? For irrespective of any platform. Okay, for example, just you choose one SCADA platform and you choose one Rockwell platform or factory TalkView platform. Okay, Siemens platform and Rockwell platform are there, and they both have different SCADAs. One is Rockwell is having the factory TalkView site edition SCADA, and the Siemens is having the WinCC SCADA. Okay, if you choose any one of these, you need to develop your skills around this topic. Okay, you need to know each and every topic of that SCADA. Then you can write down all the things inside your resume or inside the portfolio, so that the interviewer or the in front person can understand, yes, you are comfortable with this SCADA also. You are not just a PLC engineer, you are not just an automation engineer, you can be a SCADA engineer also. Because in the industrial automation, if you just focus on the PLC, okay, there cannot be a proper growth inside the industrial automation. Yeah. Is there any other things? I think Navesh, Shantapa, Alim, Pankaj, Mansoor, Arvind, Guru Prakash, Amit, Rakesh. Is there any other things you are just focusing? If you want to learn SCADA, just write down inside the chat box so we can take it and we'll discuss upon it, whether it's okay or not to grow the knowledge inside the SCADA, around the SCADA. I think no one is writing inside the chat box, so I think we almost cover each and every topics. I think some topics is still remaining that we need to mention it. Yes, correct. So that's what I want to know from you guys. It's a client server SCADA. Okay, let me write down in a different manner. For example, Wind says the client server architecture. Okay, for example, why you are using this SCADA? There are two architectures are available, two or three architecture are available with respect to this SCADA. One is the standalone. The second one is the server client. Yeah. The third one is the redundant server and client. Okay. These are the different architectures you need to understand. Let me write down over here architecture. For example, if you are working with one kind of SCADA, okay. So what are the architectures can be developed with respect to the SCADA that you need to know? As you already know, your one SCADA can connect with the different PLCs. Okay, so if there is only one SCADA, so that SCADA is nothing but the standalone SCADA, right? But if you have multiple locations to operate your machines or process, so you cannot create multiple different SCADAs or multiple different standalone SCADAs to operate only one particular plant. Okay, for example, if you want to develop or if you want to connect your 4 different location of PLC to only one SCADA, okay, and you required 4 different location of the operations. What I can say that 4 different IPCs in the 4 different locations you required, right? And one is a control room. So you cannot different the one control room SCADA and 4 different SCADAs to operate the process. It cannot be a possible. Yes, it is a possible, but it cannot be a good way to develop the architecture. So for that, you need to develop the server clients architecture. That means inside the control room, there is one master server, the server SCADA, that is connected to all 4 PLCs, and the 4 clients in the different locations. That means 4 IPCs will connect to this server SCADA. So by this way, you can develop your architecture like this way. 4 PLCs will connect to one server, and 4 SCADAs, that means 4 clients, will connect to one server SCADA. Okay, so like this way, you can develop the different architectures, and that you need to configure inside the SCADA backup. So that you need to know how to create the server, how to create this client SCADA, that you need to know. Is that clear? Why server client architecture is required? The third one is the redundant server and clients. What is this? Redundant server means. Redundant server means master standby server. For example, if any case your server is down, so your plant will goes off, right? The operator cannot control any of the process, but it cannot be happen. It should not be happen. So for that, you need to develop one master and one standby server. In this case, in third way of the architecture, there are 2 servers. One is master and one is standby. If the master goes down, automatically standby will go up and becomes the master. So your process cannot be affected, and operator can operate by from that standby or from that master server. So whenever your maintenance is done and your master server will become wake up, automatically the 2 servers are available as it is, and your process will not be affected. That's why the redundant servers are really important. Why? To become or to make an uninterrupted process. For example, if your one server goes off or shut down by any case, so your process will goes off. Okay, you cannot operate the process. So to overcome this problem, we require the master standby server, and obviously the clients are required in the different locations to operate the processes, right? So what should be the architecture? The PLCs are connected to the master and standby servers, and the master and standby servers should be connected to the clients. So these are the architectures you need to know as far as this SCADA is concerned. Is that clear, guys? The architecture point of view, why this SCADA is required, and this 6th point is nothing but the functionality point of view. Okay, so you need to know each and everything. As far as the functionality point of view, you need to know this SCADA. As far as the architecture point of view, you know this SCADA. Okay, so this both the type of knowledge you should have if you want to become this SCADA expert, right? Okay, so the Guru Prakash says, is there any architecture images are there? Definitely, Guru Prakash. Let me stop my sharing, and I will share again by using the paint. I will explain you by over the paint, over the paint, and I will draw these images. Okay. So let me open the paint. Okay, and I will explain you this architecture over there. Yeah. Okay, so I think is it visible? My screen is visible to everyone. We are going to discuss the architectural point of view SCADA. Yeah. For example, there is a, let me draw the line over here. For example, we have 4 PLCs, 1, 2, 3. Let's understand there are 3 PLCs. Okay, and we have only one SCADA. This is the architecture of the standalone SCADA. These 3 PLCs are connected to this SCADA. This is nothing but the standalone architecture. Let me write down over here. It's a standalone architecture. Okay. Now let's create the architecture over here. It's a server client. Okay. Over here, we have the server over here, and we have the clients. Clients means different IPCs. For example, let's consider the 3 areas, okay, where the clients are located. And we have the 3 PLCs. For example, that 3 PLCs are connected to this server. PLC. Okay. And this is nothing but the server. And this is nothing but the client 1, client 2. Client is nothing but the IPC, okay, where this SCADA is installed, but as a client, client 3. This is the second way of the architecture, right? Here, the PLCs are connected by any driver. For example, it can be a Profibus, it can be a Ethernet, it can be a Modbus, it can be anything. And your client will connect to this SCADA, okay? This is the second way of the architecture. Now, what should be the third way of the architecture? Let me draw over here. What should be the third way of the architecture? See, the same way, sorry. For example, there is a PLCs are there. Let's say there are the 4 PLCs. And we have the 2 servers, which is nothing but the redundant servers. The 2 servers are synchronized with each other by using the fiber optic cable. Okay. So let me draw the fiber optic cable over here. It can be synchronized, sorry, not fiber optic cable. It can be synchronized with the Ethernet cable. Okay. This is the Ethernet cable, right? Now, these 4 PLCs are connected over the network, and that network is called as a plant bus. And these 2 IPCs or 2 servers, these are the redundant servers, master and standby, are connected to this plant bus network. Let me write down the over here. It's a PLC, so you can understand. It's a master server. Yeah, it's a standby server. Now, so the client is connected. Let me draw the clients over here. For example, if you have 3 different areas, 3 different IPCs, 3 different clients. Okay, the clients are connected by using the terminal bus. So this bus is nothing called, it is called as a terminal bus. Your SCADA, your 2 servers are connected to this terminal bus, and your 3 clients will connect to this bus itself. Okay, so this is called as a standalone, sorry, not standalone, it's a master standby architecture of the SCADA. Let me write down over here. It's a redundant server with clients. Okay. And this bus, see, if you notice that we have created the 2 networks. One network is connected to the PLC and another network is connected to the clients. Why? Because these 2 networks should be different. One is the lower level. That means L0 level. That is nothing, that is called as a PLC level. So your server will connect to the PLC individually, and your server will connect to the clients over the different networks. That is called as a terminal bus. So let me write down over here. It's the plant bus. And this bus is nothing but the terminal bus. Yeah. So this is the way you need to take the knowledge, you need to grab the knowledge with respect to the SCADA is concerned. So this is how you can become yourself as a SCADA expert. There are 2 things. One is the functional point of view and one is the architecture point of view. You need to know each and everything with respect to SCADA, whatever it is. Let me go to the document side. Okay, so this is the document we have prepared. To become a SCADA expert, you need to focus on these functionalities. Okay, you need to know each and everything, and you need to know the different architectures of the SCADA, because you are going to create your project by using this different architectures, because you are going to do the configurations with respect to the different architectural projects. Okay, yeah, that's it. So is there any questions from your side? Right? Is there any questions from your side? So I think it's around 3 minutes is left. So we need to disconnect and connect again. Okay. And I will show you my different things. Okay. With respect to this, how to become the SCADA expert. Still something is remaining. So you can write down inside the chat box. We'll discuss on it. Is there any things is remaining inside the SCADA topics? Okay, see, if you want to practice it, for example, whatever is the things is written down over here. Okay, if you do it within a 10 to 15 days, definitely all the things can be covered. Okay, there is no rocket science. Okay, inside over here, right? You need to just choose one of the SCADA, for example, the Siemens SCADA. If you choose, okay, so you need to do it each and everything with respect to this SCADA. That's it. Okay, and if you do it, definitely you can use that knowledge inside your current project or inside your next project. Exactly. What is the single project and what is the multi-project? Definitely. Could we export the historical data to the Excel? Yes, definitely you can export. Yeah. Arvind says, what is the single project and what is the multi-project? See, the first way of the architecture is nothing but the single project, Arvind. And the second and the third architecture is nothing but the multi-project. Okay, the UNS Engineering Services says each SCADA contains one IPC. Yes, the SCADA is going to install in one kind of IPC or PC. Okay, so the each SCADA inside the each IPC. Yes. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll disconnect. Okay, and we'll connect again over the same link. Okay, and we'll start our topic again. Okay, and we'll do it the different things in the next connected link. Okay, so we'll stop this link and you need to just connect for the same link and I will admit you. Okay, on that link. So I'm stopping the sharing. Let me stop this video and you need to just reconnect.